Apple stock price has almost doubled in the run-up to the iPhone X, the biggest iPhone launch in history. But is it time to bail out? An analyst this week cut his rating, saying it is, in fact, time to bail out. Why? Because in prior product cycles, Apple has run up right into the cycle, even lasted a little bit longer, but then there's a big swoon afterwards as everyone loses enthusiasm and we have to wait for the next big product. Sarah, is the analyst right, or is Apple just going to now go up forever?
Well, he says that the super cycle is over and that this is the end of it. And last month we talked about a UBS note that said there will be no super cycle for the iPhone X. So it's very possible that it could be over. And also when you look at, he points out that the P/E ratio of Apple right now at about 15x is very similar to like the peaks of the last two super cycles at around 13. And after those super cycles, they dropped to 8 or 9x. So to me, it seems like if that correction happens, then Apple has a big correction ahead of it.
And this, by the way, is exactly what we have been saying on this show for a year now, which is there is going to be a time to bail out of this if you're a short-term trader. And we are certainly approaching that on a normal cycle basis. Sometimes it's right when the phone's announced. Sometimes it's 6 months or a year later. But we're getting closer, so I understand why the analyst made a call. I will say one caveat is that I thought the iPhone X, as you say, looks like the iPhone X, which is what I call it, was it. That was it. There was going to be no more exciting stuff in smartphones. The category is mature. It's boring. Sure, we're going to wait for the X because it's thinner and so forth. But I have heard rumors recently that they are going to come out with another X next year that is bigger. As you know, one of the big selling points about the X is that it is this form factor, which is the 6 Plus, and yet it's much smaller. It's a bigger screen, but in the smaller thing, everyone likes those svelte phones. They're so much better. But I actually don't like that because it's not as wide. It's harder to type. If they put the same kind of screen in this baby, so it's even bigger, love my big screens. So to me, that could be another product cycle in the making. That could trigger a new
super cycle.
Yes. Well, we've been thinking for years, we've been waiting for this one.
Yeah.
It's going to be the crowning glory, finally, the big 10th anniversary. It's come out. Everyone's very excited about it. Best phone ever, everybody says. But again, if you're obsessed with screen size, as I am, it's kind of a little disappointing. It's a little thin. And so if they want to take the same magic and extend it on this, I will certainly not be waiting in line, but I might be a buyer, and more importantly for the stock, it might actually start this excitement hype cycle going again, and maybe that finally gets us to $200 a share in a $1 trillion company. We shall see. Otherwise, I'm with this analyst. Jump out of the plane.